Hi everyone, welcome to ragurkul.com. In today's video, we are going to automate form filling in Python using Tkinter and Excel. If you often find yourself entering data from Excel into forms manually, this project will help you to save time and streamline that process. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, have you ever automated a task and what was it? To get started, we need a couple of libraries. We will be using Tkinter for the GUI and OpenPyXL for reading Excel file. Now, before we proceed, I wanted to show you the solutions and then we will build this from scratch. I will run it from here. So we'll click on run and start running the solutions. Here we have automated form filler. Whenever I will trigger, you can see this is the complete form. It is highlighted. If you want, even you can maximize it or click on this. If you want to load the data, whenever you will click on load data, it will upload or load informations which present in our Excel file. And how this Excel data looks, let me show you. This is my Excel data which contains name, age, email and phone number. And whenever we'll click on load informations, this informations will be uploaded into my applications. Whenever we'll start coding, we need to have this Excel data available. Then only it will upload the informations according to us. Here I will minimize it and we'll start clicking on load. So whenever we'll click on load data, you can see I will get a message box and along with that we have this information is available. We can iterate this process several times whenever we want. This process is very easy once it is developed. Let me explain you from scratch how we can build the solutions without any hassle. Please be available from start to end of this video so that it will be fruitful for you for your understanding. Here I will close it. Let me click on this. As I mentioned, first we have to import some libraries. Without this, you won't be able to build the solutions. So one is the Python Tkinter and OpenPyXL because we are using Excel sheet. While you are setting this up, I would love to hear what kind of automations projects are you interested in. Let me know in the comments. Now let's dive into the code. We'll start by importing necessary libraries and then we'll continue understanding about the code. As I mentioned, these are the library which I imported along with the message box because we are going to utilize it. And mainly this is for the Excel file which we are importing. Let's create a class called form filler. This will hold all our methods and functionality. So you can see here, I've created a form filler class which holds the definitions of init where self root information is present, and here I'm providing root.title which contains Excel data from filler. Initializing the main window and setting its title is the purpose of this one. Next, we'll create the form fields. Here you can see I added create form. Why I am using these naming conventions? Because it will be useful whenever a user visits my code who is seeing this code first time. We will define the form fields in a separate method called create form. Next operations will use create form fields labels where we are giving all the labels name, age, email and phone. Exactly same labels we have to use it which present into the Excel file. Otherwise, we will get errors. Entries are for taking all those entries. In the further sections, because we wanted to iterate this information, that's the reason I'm using for loop, where for contains label in self.label and all the frames from the loop will be added. And padding we are giving as 5. So in this method, we create label and enter field for each item we wanted to fill from the Excel file. The fields are stored in the dictionary for easy accesses. Would you include in your form? Share ideas in the comments. Let's implement the functions to load data from the Excel file. Here you can see I defined the functions which will load my data, where it will read the file from the locations along with the file name and their extensions, which change your file name here. If you want, you can define it. Excel file makes use the same dictionaries as script which we are using it. After that, we are giving try and catch blocks to handle all those exceptions. So let's consider the active sheets information I wanted to call it out. That's the reason I'm giving here get the active sheets. Next, we load the workbook and select the active sheets. For that, I'm using for I label in enumerate self.labels, and here I'm going to provide the entries, which all entries I wanted to add it here. This information will give me insight which data we will have in our form. In loop through the labels, clearing any existing text in the intro fields and inserting data from the second row of the sheets, which we are going to utilize it. Otherwise, we might get an error. In next process, I wanted to highlight this into the message box. So finally, we show a success message when the data is loaded. Else, user might get confused our data is uploaded or not. Now, question is, have you ever worked with Excel in your projects? What data do you find most useful to automate? Let me know in the comment. Let's set up the mean applications. If name, this is the mean applications, and this will help us to initialize the code in the Tkinter applications and start the mean event loop. Without this, we won't be able to run the process. And here, when we run this code, again, we'll see exactly same output is generated. Now, let me run it. And here you can see this window appears. From this window, when I will click on node, you will see the data is loaded successfully and we got a message box. So in our load data functions, we wrap the Excel loading logic in a try except block. So accept exceptions as a message where we have the show errors. So when errors occurred, Excel file does not exist or we don't have the data, we show an error message. That's how we will call out in accepts. Have you ever encountered error in your code? What is the craziest bug you have faced? Share your stories in the comments, which will be helpful for our viewer. And that's how we can create a Tkinter form that automatically fills the data from an Excel file. This is a great way to save time and make data entry more efficient. If you enjoyed this project, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment below. What other features would you like to see? Happy coding! We'll see you in further part of the video. Thank you.